Making the perfect cup of coffee at home can seem like a daunting task, but with a few simple tips you can make a delicious cup of coffee that rivals any coffee shop. There's no need to spend a fortune on fancy coffee machines or overpriced beans. You can make an excellent cup of coffee at home with just a few simple tips. First tip is to choose the right coffee beans. Make sure that you use whole bean coffee whenever possible. Grind only what you need, and only when you're ready to make it. When coffee is ground, it begins to oxidize and lose flavor. You want to use it as soon as possible. Additionally, whole beans in a grinder together can allow you to achieve the correct grind size for your preferred brewing method, which can and does make a huge difference. Next is to choose a correct grinder. You don't need an expensive grinder to use whole beans. A simple hand-cranked grinder, while it takes some manual labor, can provide you with a decent grind for your preferred method of brewing drip coffee. Pay attention to roast date. Make sure to check the roast date. If you're buying coffee and there's not a roast date on the package, don't buy it. It could have been roasted a year ago. The industry standard can be a year, or even 2 years, from roast, but so much of the life of the coffee is just gone by then. Coffee storage. Always store your coffee in a cool, dry, dark location in an airtight container. Heat, humidity, and sunlight will cause your coffee to go stale more quickly, so investing in a good airtight container and finding the best location in your kitchen to keep it will do wonders for the complex flavors of your chosen coffee. Method. If you like a particular method of brewing, pour over, for instance, or French press, research the best practices for that method and implement them. The best way to brew your coffee is to just add hot water to ground coffee and stir. After a few minutes, plunge the filter down to separate the grounds from the coffee. The resulting cup of joe is fuller bodied than an average filter coffee, which is one reason people prefer this simple method. Try cold brew. Cold brew is a favorite of many coffee experts. You don't need a coffee maker to do it. All you need is some ground coffee, a couple of jars, and a coffee filter. This only requires 3 cups of cold water for every 1/4 pound of coarsely ground coffee, and let it sit for a minimum of 12 hours before filtering out the coffee grounds. This yields a concentrate that you can mix with water to make a drinking strength cold brew. The recommended concentrate to water ratio is anywhere from 1:1 or to 1:1/2. You can also use the concentrated form as a substitute for espresso to make iced lattes, coffee milkshakes, coffee sodas, or whatever else your imagination comes up with. It's fine to brew in the refrigerator, but the coffee will extract more slowly, so it is recommended to let it steep for around 18 hours.